indeed coming to town. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to, okay, I think I got a little problem here. Are you guys hearing me okay? My computer's acting up. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. It's really acting funny. Merry Christmas, everyone. Great to have you all here. Yeah, you can hear me. Awesome. Well, I am flying solo for a moment here. Don had to run out and run an errand early this morning, and he thought he'd be back, and hopefully he will. We'll just expect him to get back, and we'll adapt and go as we move along. How's that sound? Well, my name is Janet Legere, and along with my partner Don, we are your hosts every Saturday for our Get Live. This, my friends, is the last call, 2015. We will be back on January 10th. All right, so we're going to take a little break over the Christmas holidays. We're going to enjoy some Christmas spirit. We'll still be here working and doing the things we love doing, but we won't be doing our live calls. We're going to take a break. We're going to be revamping, reorganizing, having a ton of fun. But today, actually, I need to turn my camera on because I need to be sharing our resolution success system and showing you guys how to do this. We're going to be having fun today. Are you guys ready for that? Do want to remind you, go out and invite your friends. Go post the link on Facebook. You have to post it. That button doesn't work. I should remove it. I will remove it. But go and invite your friends. Tell them to come and celebrate with us. I've got presents for everyone at the end of the call. And we're going to spend some time today talking about goals. Goals. Don't run away now, all right? I don't want you to get scared because we're going to talk about goals. It's going to be fun. I'm going to turn my camera on, and I'll do that when we come up for our call so that I can work on that. Thank you, my love. He made it back from his errand. He is amazing. I hope you guys are all ready for this. We're going to be talking a bit about who Don and I are, where we're from, and certainly I'm going to be talking about this year and where we're going. I am I'm on top of the world. I really am. I'm so excited about where we're going and what we're going to be doing. And I need to let Joe know. Just hang on, okay? Joe, you need to fix the mic and video. Bottom left of the room, they are X'd out. Click on. There we go. Hopefully Joe will see that message because, oh, there we go. Looks like he got it fixed. And he should be able to see and hear us now, and I think you can all see where we've come from, where we're going. I think where we're going is more important than where we come from. Who agrees? Anyone here agree with that statement? Where we're going is more important than where we came from. I like that. I'm going to write that down. I think that's a one. Where we're going is more important than where we came from. All right. And my sweet, wonderful husband is back, so we're going to have a little bit of inspiration from Don. He's going to be talking about where we're going as well. Yeah. All right. Oh, do you think I'm a little distracted? Can you tell us the last call of the year? I hope you're having fun, because I am. All right, when Don's done doing inspiring you and getting you thinking, because thinking is everything in this business, thinking is everything in life. I've really come to realize that. When we're done that, we're going to talk about goals. And we're going to talk about goals from a little bit different point of view. We're going to be talking about some things you're used to hearing. And I have some different things I want to share with you today. I'm going to expand you, challenge you. Are you all ready to be challenged? Yes? No? Maybe so? I just want to check before we get going. Who here is ready to be challenged? Because let's face it, today is where it's at, and I want to help you be where you want to be. So I just want to remind everyone, we do like to keep our calls generic, so please don't share your personal or business information in the text chat. However, I do love you to engage, so please do engage, ask your questions, comment on the topic. That's what makes these calls everything for me. I was having a chat with someone the other day, and they're using the Google Hangouts, saying, hey, Google Hangouts are great. It's awesome that you get that recording, and I've got lots of ideas for the new year of how I can use Google Hangouts, but nothing beats this technology where you and I can actually communicate, where I can see you and I can see that we can communicate here. You guys agree? It doesn't always work perfectly, but it does give me what I need And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters? This works for me. So who the heck are Dawn and Janet Legere? Well, you know what? We're ordinary people just like you. We really are. We come from ordinary back special gifts, other than we have learned to get in tune with our gifts. We've learned to get in tune with the universe. We've learned to get in tune with what we're really good at. And something that I have found I'm really good at is taking something complicated or simple and turning it into strategies that can work for you. Don and I have been here working online for over 15 years. We started our career back in '89, about a year after we met. And yes, we met online. How cool is that? In 1998, we found ourselves with the opportunity to do something different away from the corporate world. We did both come from a corporate background in finance and management, and I was in accounting. So we both had a background that was on opposite ends of the scale, which made the perfect marriage for business. It also made for a perfect marriage. Don and I got married in 2002, and I'm telling you guys, I don't know, live the life of Riley, whatever you want to call it. I just know that I can't imagine doing anything else. Don and I live the life of our dreams. We have a wonderful life. We love working together, and I get excited when I can help you reach your goal, because goals are what really make all of this work. In 2003, we experienced a little bit of a hiccup in our business. And, you know, I got to tell you guys, we found success in our business very early on. We did make money right away, and it all came to a grinding halt in 2003. I found myself back at work, which didn't work for me. And in a very short time, I had an exit strategy, and that was when we developed the Contactless Builder. And I've been using the strategies in the Contactless Builder ever since. We've come down different roads, we've used different programs, we've used different tools. At the end of the day, the strategies I teach in CLB have not changed. Focus on building your list, create your personal brand, meaning let people get to know you, and attract people into your life and your business that you want to work with. It's as simple as that. It really is. And I think far too many complicate this whole process. And my goal is to help you uncomplicate that process. And it all starts with your thinking. Would you all guys agree? I just want to check. Would you guys agree that all of this, success, failure, whatever, you moving forward, making goals, getting goals, it all has to do with your thinking. That's where it starts. That's where it continues. And that's where it ends. Right there with your thinking. So if things are not where you want them to be, then let's work on changing your thinking. That's my goal this year. My goal is not only to help you, but to help me. I intend to become a better person. I intend to become a better thinker, a better listener, a better empathizer, a better everything. I want to help more people this year, and it all starts when we decide that, yeah, it's to do with my thinking. And I'm going to tell you that every day this wonderful man here helps me become a better person, helps me to understand more about myself, because he allows me to be myself. And in life, that is magic. So without further ado, please extend a warm welcome to the man that really helps me clean up my thinking every day, Mr. Don Legere. Take it away, my love.
Good morning, everybody. It is the end of the year. Isn't that wonderful? Didn't we just do this? I mean, holy moly, man, this year has gone by. Ah, it's been quick. It's been quick. I don't like goals, just so you know. I don't like setting them. I don't like getting them. I don't like to talk about them. I just don't like goals. I like direction, however. And one thing I like to try to do is, rather than put my goals down in stone like most people do, I like to put my direction down in stone. I like to put my direction down in stone so I know I'm heading at least in the right direction. And how do I measure whether or not I'm heading in the right direction? Well, I look at my bank balance. That's number one. Number two, I look around where I am and see, is everybody happy? Is Janet happy? Are things going well in that area? And then I go, yep, things check that off. I'm doing pretty good with that direction. What about family? We get this time of year to spend some time with family, but I have no goals with family per se. I have a direction I like to keep with family. And that direction is straight up honest and always deal with everyone, in a right, correct manner. So goals, I, I don't really set them, but I do know the importance of the structure of getting the correct direction in where you need to be heading. I mean, let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, if you are sitting here at home, no, if you're good with where you're at and you're just kind of playing around with this internet marketing thing, fantastic. A good goal would be to maybe learn one more specific area regarding working online. For example, list building. Maybe you want to set up another area called autoresponder marketing. But you can achieve many things throughout your life without having a major goal to look forward to. You could actually do much better in your life if you set the mini goals or the mini directions that you want to take your business each and every day of the week, as opposed to sitting there not doing a thing about your goals until it's the last minute of the last hour, and you look at your goals and you go, holy jeez, man, did I get any of these? And it gives you that moment of panic. It gives you that moment where you judge yourself if you don't get it or you do get it. That's why I don't like goals. There's no reason for judging. Either you're going to get it or you're not. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. If it looks like you're not getting your goal, change your goal. If it looks like you've got to force yourself out of bed in the morning to go after your goal, change your goal. If you need to be doing that, especially in the morning, to be kicking yourself in the butt to get to work, maybe you need a goal. Maybe you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Maybe you're involved in a business you shouldn't be involved in. Maybe internet marketing isn't for you, and that's fine. That's absolutely brilliant. One of the things we teach at Curation Works, one of the main things we teach, is that if you, in fact, follow your passion, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. Your passion could be yellow balloons that float. And if you put together a blog that put nothing but yellow balloon that floats content on there, guess what? Everyone who is into yellow balloon floats will come and visit you. So don't think you have to be doing something other than your yellow floating balloons in order to make money, because you don't. You don't. Life on Mars. You could absolutely do a blog on life on Mars. And you would have everybody and his brother come there and visit you if they are in fact searching for content online about Mars. But I'm just letting you know that if your goals are hard, if you struggle at getting your goals each and every year, step back, take a look at what you're doing, because you're not following your passion, because goals are not supposed to be hard. Goals are supposed to stretch you. They aren't supposed to wear you out. I guess that's where I'm coming from. From being in the insurance industry, the goals wear you out after a while. They just wear you out. They just wear you out. So this year, when you sit down with your pen and paper to kind of review where you are and where you're not at, don't despair. Don't be judgmental. Laugh at yourself. Say, I can't believe I didn't even do that. And this year, just make it, just go for it. Just make sure that every day you get up, you just say to yourself, am I chasing a goal that I really, really, truly want? Is moving into that new home the thing I really need to do? Or am I comfortable here? What do I need to change in my mindset in order to move forward effortlessly? I mean, if we're struggling to get our goals, what's the point in having a goal? Because the goal is wrong. You've got to have a goal that is in alignment with who you are. And if that's all about yellow floating balloons, God bless you. That's where your money's going to be made. If your passion is in old automobiles, like Joe from Detroit, I don't know, the big automobile industry was there at one time. I think it's still there a bit, Joe, isn't it? But the point is, you could put up a blog post. You could do blogging about Detroit, what's happened with Detroit, and you would have a lot of people come there and see you. You would have a lot of people come and engage with you in what it is you're doing. So change your goal. Quit chasing goals that you don't get every year, and then it becomes a habit of not getting your goal every year. So the goal is not to get your goal. Is that your goal? No, no, that's not your goal. Your goal is to follow your passion. Sit down this week before the end of the year, figure out where your passion lies, and start doing something related to that passion, and the money will come. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how life is won, and people walk around with a smile on their face. And I hope you all have a smile on your face by the end of next week, because I hope that your results are bigger than any of you could hope or even imagine. And with that, Jan, I'll give the room back to you.
Always profound, always making you think. I'll tell you something kind of stuck a chord with me, okay? If you're struggling with your goals, change your goals. I'm going to take it a step further. If you're struggling with your goals, it's time for you to be honest with yourself. And I mean really honest with yourself. Are you doing everything that you can be doing to reach your goals? Are you? I'm going to say no. I'm going to ask you guys how many reached your... I reached a lot of my goals. Business goals kind of took a different turn this year. I've been pulled in a different direction, and I'm just going with my heart and getting back to grassroots, and I know the direction I'm going in. So yes, I've reached a lot of my goals this year. I'm going to be celebrating big, and I'm excited to get started with new goals. And I really want to know, where are you guys with your business goals, your financial goals? Did you get there? Did you get there? I'm just going to ask you a quick yes or no. Did you get there? We did not. And I know why, and it's okay, because I know why, and I know what to do to go forward. And my next question is going to be bigger than you can even imagine, okay? You did better than you had planned. Good for you, Rahima. Way to be focused. Way to be focused. Who else? Come on, let's get lots of no's here. Anyone else? Who else wants to pipe in here? Did you reach your financial goals in 2014? Maybe you came close. If you came close, then say, yep, got there, almost made it. Close enough. Did you reach your goals? Your financial goals. We're going to talk about all kinds of goals here today, but I just want to know, because let's face it, I'm looking around the room here. Everyone in the room here is online to make money. And you're online to make more money. You're online to increase your income. You're online to make a better business. If it's not working for you, that's a lot of no's in the room here. So now I got to ask guys, okay? Now here comes the biggest question I could possibly ask you. And there are a few of you who reached all your financial goals. Good on you. That's good on you. For everyone else here, for whatever reason, it's been one of those years. For everyone else here, I just have one question for you, and this will dictate the future for you. Okay? Are you ready to be brutally honest with yourself? Because until you are, my friends, you're not going to reach those goals. Are you doing everything you could be doing in a day to reach those goals? Do you even have goals? Are they realistic? Now, let's talk a little bit about realistic. What is a realistic goal? What is a realistic goal? Is there such a thing as an unrealistic goal? That's a trick question, isn't it? Because I don't believe there is anything as a realistic goal, because if you can think it, you can have it. Yes? I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. If you can think it, you can have it. If you can think it, you can have it. End up. If you can think it, you can have it. Now, I've been listening to lots of stuff to feed my mind and feed my self. And Wayne Dyer has been someone I've been listening to lately, and one thing I got from his talk that I listened to is there's only one way to get what you want. You want me to tell you what it is? You have to really, 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 really want it. So if you have something in your mind that you think you want, ask yourself, do I really, 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 really want it? So do I really want it? Do I wish I had it? Do I really want it? Do I wish I had it? Do I really, really want it? Do I have the desire? Am I willing to ask for it? Am I willing to say, this is what I want? Do I really, really want it? Do I have the will and the intention to create what I want? I will create this. Do I really, 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 really want it? Do you have the passion and the hardening of the will, meaning that nothing will stop you? Nothing. No one, nothing, nothing. You will not give up. You will not stop. You will not lose focus. You will not take your eye off what you want. Now, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm going to make money in my business. I'm talking about what drives you. Why are you doing this, and what are you doing here? What can you do to get that passion going? Who do you want to talk to? What do you want to do in your life? We're going to talk about that today. I want you guys to think a little bit differently about your goals today. And yes, I want you to reach goals. And yes, you have to have a financial goal. We all know that. Okay, here you go. Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, I have a present for you today, okay? And this is part of it. Think and Grow Rich. Ever read it? And for those of you who have read it, ever practiced it? So if you want to make money, follow this. If you want to improve your life and let money be a part of it, let's just keep talking, okay? Money is a vibration. Like I keep telling you guys, here's some money. Here's $1 million. Here you go, $1 million. Sweet little $1 million. There you go. 1 million sweet dollars. Piece of paper. Now, is there any reason that this is not real? This can be just as real as anything, can't it? This could be a real $1 million bill that I could actually go to the bank and deposit that right in my bank account. Why not? The real $1 million bill feels the same. Think about it. If I had an actual real $1 million bill, the bill would feel the same. It would probably look a little different because it would be new. It had different serial numbers. It would be different. However, the fact is, it's just a vibration, like everything you see. So today, being that it is the end of the year, being that it is that time of year that you all decide that you're going to set goals. In my world, my goals are set every day. Every day I'm getting up and I have a goal every day of where I want to go, what I want to do, who I want to be. I live very much in the now, and everyone has different goals. Everyone has different places they want to go, different things they want to see. Everyone wants different things. Your goal has nothing to do with mine. Now, having said that, and having all of you here, I'm going to guess, okay, I'm going out in a line here, okay, because I mean, it does affect where we're going to go with this call today, although I'm going to take a little different direction than normal. I better get at it too. You are all here to use the internet. Am I correct? To make money. Somehow, some shape, way, or form. And I know that for most of you have been here working with me for, I don't even want to say how long because it's almost embarrassing because you're still not making money. This is the year that I said this last year that I was done being Mrs. Nice Guy, and yeah, I kind of went that route a little bit. I didn't get strong enough with all of you, okay? And this year, my gifts are going to come out, and I am going to be helping a lot of people who want to be helped. Remember I asked you at the beginning of the call, are you ready to be honest with yourself? You are all here on the internet to do something. You're looking for something. God only knows, but I don't even know if you know what. Hopefully after today's call you'll figure that out. But there's a reason you're here. You want to improve something in your life. There's something that you want to change, or you're just drawn here because it's fun. Hey, I got to tell you, I am drawn to this. It's an addiction for me. I love it. I'm every day it's a new challenge. Every day it's like, where can I go? What can I do? Who can I help? At the end of the day, it's all up to you. One of the things I heard Legere say on the call that's really stuck with me, and it's a big thing, it's to become independent of the opinion of other people. Where you are in your life right now has nothing to do with anyone, anything. It's really got to do with you. Are you happy where you are right now? And if you're not happy where you are right now, where do you want to go? What do you want to do to be happy? Because we all know where I'm going with that, right? Because if you're not happy to begin with, you got to get happy first before you can reach your... Now, I have given this talk many, many times in the past. Many of you have been on this call. Many of you have been using this. There it is, the resolution success system. How many of you have this? Okay, because I mean, it's almost embarrassing for me to ask you this, because I know that the truth of the matter is, for most of you, you have it and you've never used it. You're not using it. You're not doing these things. I'm putting my hand up here. Okay, I'm just as guilty. Okay, I had lunch with my daughter on Wednesday. We were in the hot tub for about an hour. I do live a blessed life. I seriously. And I said to her, I said, every area of my life so abundant in 2014, except for the income. I don't know what happened. I said, except I know exactly what happened. I took my eye off that goal. As soon as you stop thinking about something, you stop talking about it. As soon as it's not forefront in your mind, it goes away and something else takes its place. The universe is only going to bring to you what's forefront in your mind. So what are you talking about? Are you talking about whatever it is that makes you excited? Or are you talking about what you don't have or what you need? Someone on our call the other day said, I think you really need something in order to actually create it. That you have, it actually has to be something you need, not something you want. Anybody agree with that? That you really, it has to, because I want to talk about the difference between needing something and wanting something, and I want to know if you all have something you want. Because if it's something you need, I don't know how to burst your bubble, you're never going to get it if it's something you need. If it's something you want, you can create it in a heartbeat. I want you to think about that, how that feels when I say those words. I really need this. I really want this. I really need this. I really want this. I want it. I really want it. I really, 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 really want it. Okay? And so I really had a discussion on that day to say that need is a lack. When we're talking in words of need, we're talking about the lack of something. And the more we talk about the lack of what we have, the more we're going to create that. So we don't want to say, I don't want to be sick anymore. I'm not going to be sick anymore. I'm not going to be sick. I'm not going to be poor anymore. I'm not going to have any more debt. Do you see what happens with that? I don't know if you really kind of get that, but if you say that I'm debt-free, I live an abundant life, money flows easily in and out, and I always have enough of everything, and all is well in my world. If that's the world you live, the live you want, right? You know what, Vincent? I am never sick. Let's change that, because your words are everything. A little bit about that as we move forward with the resolution success system, because this little can change everything if you give the attention it really, really needs, okay? It doesn't mean you give lip service to it. This is a very tiny report. I've printed off a brand new one. And Don and I are going to sit down and go through this together with our business over this weekend And this is what we're going to be focusing on, because we have our goals, we have our business, we have everything here. And oh, it's going to be a fun year. I hope you guys are ready for it. Now, I look around the room, we're a group of 25 people, and I can tell you that what you want is different from everybody here. Absolutely everybody here. Your goals are unique to you, and no one else can tell you that that's a good goal or not. If it's something you really, 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 really want, then you can really, 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 really have it. Today I'm going to challenge you to really think about, is it something that you, or is it something that you think you really, really need? No, I am never sick. I never get sick, Vincent. You still got to turn it around. I'm always well. I'm always healthy. Be careful you say I never get sick. One of these days that sick will come and get you. All right, so many of you have been through the resolution success system. If you have not, it is down in the shared file folder, right-hand corner. It's called the RSS.pdf. I will show you at the end of the call where to get it. I do recommend that you get it, that you print it. Okay, so it is a colored report, as you can see. And this is my old, this one's been around a while. It is filled out. This one is brand new, just printed it off this morning. Oh boy. This is make immediate real changes in your life. Finally, an easy to implement system regardless of the time of year. I really want you to focus on that. We're going to talk a little bit about why people fail, what this resolution success system is, and then we're going to talk about the 10 steps. 10 simple steps that can change your life right now if you let them. If you stop making it so difficult, if you stop thinking it's so difficult, if you stop thinking how much you need, stop thinking about how real that is. Well, I am sick. The doc said I saw the blood work. So what? You're only sick if you keep thinking you're sick and you keep talking about it. You keep telling everybody how sick you are. You tell people how well you are and how amazing you are and how fun you are. Everything changes. Let's talk a little bit about the resolution success system. Why do people fail? Well, they don't have a system that works. Now, a system can be all kinds of things, but people fail because they don't have a system that works for them. This can work for everyone, what we're going to teach you here. But at the end of the day, that statement is so true, because I know that if you don't have a works for you, it's just not going to work. You have to be able to figure out what you're doing. You have to have your path. You have to have your activities you're going to do every day. You have to have your plan of action. It has to be right for you. There is no cookie cutter system for you to make your goals, other than I really do believe that right here is a cookie cutter system. You take on too much. You become overwhelmed. And you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe you. Deep down, you might say the words and you might go through the actions, but deep down, you know, you're doing that self-talk that says, yeah, no. What are you thinking? Are you an idiot? You don't actually think you're going to make $1 million, do you? Actually think you're going to sell that book, do you? You don't actually think you're going to make that work, do you? You don't actually think people are going to listen to you, do you? What do you have to say? You have to change that self-talk around. You have to find what's going to work for you. Is the resolution success system something magical? Something brilliant. Absolutely, it's brilliant. It's not magical. I'm going to say that when I compare it to what is taught in Think and Grow Rich, it's really the same thing. It's just presented to you in a bit of a different way. This is the first step to understanding that you really can achieve anything you want. Anything you really, 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 really want. Do you all believe that? And I'm going to tell you that, and I'm going to challenge you, all of you, to start thinking about what that is. What is it that you want in life? What is it that that money is going to buy? Because money can't be the goal. I mean, if you want money, you write that down, you write the number, and then you start about what's that money going to give you? What's that money going to bring you? How's that money going to feel? And what do you have to do to get there? What steps do you have to take? How do you divide and conquer your goals? We'll talk about that in depth, and I'm going to challenge all of you to get this report, the Resolution Success System, RSS.pdf, in the shared file folder, and read the report and take it seriously. Don't pay lip service to it. This doesn't have anything to do with anyone else, remember? It's about being independent of anybody else's opinion. Your goals are yours. They're personal. Most of my life, growing up as a young mom and a young businesswoman, you know, I saw Tony Robbins when he was just a young pup. He was younger than me. He is younger than me, around my age, but he's younger than me. I was young. And I just remember how profound he was, what an amazing speaker, and he was profound. And he talked about goals, and we sat and we had to write goals, and I really didn't understand how to write a goal, what a goal was. And I've learned more and more about what that really is. For me, my goals are things. I mean, there's things I want. There's a life I want to live. There are things that I enjoy in life that give me pleasure. I've come to realize that the pleasure is what it's all about. Once you have the pleasure feeling, once you have that feeling of what it would be like to live that life, what it would be like to have that money, what it would be like to be wherever it is that you want to be, and you get yourself into that state, we call it your high-flying disc, that's where you create magic. And you have to keep your eye focused on how that feels. And sometimes that can be a challenge, yes? When the environment you're in is not the environment that you're dreaming of. But it's not about the dream. Experiencing that pure positive joy right now, about feeling the feeling of whatever it is that you want to have. So you have a goal. There's something you want to create this year. Maybe you want to build your list bigger. Maybe you want to, build your business bigger, sponsor more people into your business. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to create your own program on the internet. Maybe you want to teach. Maybe you want to mentor. Maybe you want to become a coach. I don't know what your dreams are here for the internet. I don't know why you want to do what you're doing here. You're attracted to the internet for a reason. One thing you need to ask yourself, is what I'm doing here on the internet serving me? Is it moving me forward? Is it a hobby or is it a business? Something you have to think about. So I am going to challenge all of you to write this, download the book, and go through the 10 steps, because I really believe that these 10 steps are going to take you where you want to go. If you want to go there, if you're serious, I am looking at putting together a mastermind group of individuals who want to go through this resolution success system, who want to have mentoring, who are going to be committed to changing the way they think, to changing the vision that they're talking about, to changing their words, to really being serious and committed to this. So stay tuned. If you're interested, you know what to do. You start by doing this, the 10 steps. We're going to learn to use the system. That's number one. We're going to talk about your goals. We're going to divide them. We're going to go through all 10 of these very quickly, because I really want you to go through on your own. I want you to go through this. I want you to think about it. I want you to understand it. And we are going to have a group, Joe. I want to have them through this, and you're going to commit to it. And if you don't commit, you're out. It means we're all going to have to commit to it. Learn to use the system. Focus on the system, not the goal. But number one, you got to have the goal. So the first thing you have to do is stick to this system. I'm just curious of all those people who are here today. See, it is signed. My signature. I'm going to do a new one. I have a new one all printed out. This one's been used a few times. So I want you to Type this in the text chat, say it out loud. I am committed to learning the tools to life system. I am committed to learning this system. I'm gonna do this, and you know what? It might take you a week to go through this and really sit down and figure out what you're going to do and get your plan of action together, but you can do this, okay? Be committed. Committed is number one. You got to really, 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 really want something. You've got to be committed. And a lot of people pay lip service to committed. They say they're committed and then they don't show up. So I'm just telling you right now that we put our mastermind group together. It's going to be a do or don't system. If you don't do, you're out. And it's got to be that way. You have to be committed. You have to understand what being committed means. And it's only committed to yourself that you're going to do these things. You're going to stop the BS that's going on in your head. You're going to stop allowing yourself all the excuses you've allowed yourself, and you're going to move forward. So pick something that matters to you. I mean, you all have, just curious, do you all have some goals in mind of things that you want in your life? Is there something that you really want to create in your life? That has to do, I would hope, with the internet marketing. Okay, I'm really going to, because you all said at the beginning of the class that you're all here to use the internet to do this, and so, like, do you have a goal for all this? Like, what do you do this for? Do you have a business? You're looking here to make money so that you can go on a trip? Is this to supplement your income, or is this your income? Like, what is this, and why are you here for this? If you can make this internet marketing work, what will it do in your life? I need you to think about this. I need you to be committed. I need you to say, you know what? Yeah, I can see where I get there and then I stop. I get there and then I stop. I get there and I really follow through. And so we're gonna follow through. So step two, we're gonna think about your goals. And you're gonna pick something. You're gonna work on it. Now, you all here internet marketers, it gets easier, right? You're working with us, because if you want to learn to use the internet, there's things you need to do to make this work. Start small. Size matters. So here's something I need you to think about. What can you accomplish in the next 30 days to help your business move forward? What can you do? What can you really do? I mean, are you doing everything you could be doing? I'm going to tell you right now, no, you're not. Not by any stretch of the imagination are you doing the things you could be doing to build your business. I can tell you that. I know that when I'm not doing things I need to be doing to build my business doesn't grow. And when I get doing the things I need to do to build my business, it grows. It's funny how that happens. So what can you do in the next 30 days? I'll give you a little hint. If you were to focus on making first contact with people on the internet, making contact, that means building your list, getting out there on social networks, making contact with people, and you made it a goal to make first contact with at least 100 people in a month. That means you actually have a conversation. That means at least 3 people, 4 people a day that you have a conversation with. If you make that your goal, I can promise you that in 30 days, your business won't look like it looks today. You learn to master do that. You get stuck in the whole doing of things, and you get confused in the whole sea of things, and you don't focus on your plan of action, and it's you know what, it's really not rocket science. Yeah, like Bonnie said, if I was doing everything I should be doing, I would have accomplished my goals. And so Bonnie, are you willing to admit that you had many excuses that you allowed to use to not do the things that you could be doing? So let's change the should. If I was doing everything I could be doing, I would accomplish my goals. So how about I will do everything I can do to accomplish my goals? I will do everything I can do to accomplish my goals. And believe that you can do it, because you can. There's nothing stopping you. My goal with our mastermind group as we move forward is really to help discover what your inner passion is, to help you discover what floats your boat. Because you're all here on the internet anyway. I don't really know why you're here on the internet, because it's not, well, for some of you. There's some of you here who are making money, but the majority of you here are not making money. You've been at this for a long time. Isn't it time that you stop doing all this nonsense and had it work for you? Some people are making it work at a high level, and some making it work at a small level. But that small level gets them frustrated because they're not seeing enough of it. And if it's working for you at a small level, my friends, then you already have magic beginning. And you just need to believe you can do it. And you need to do more of this. This is likely the most important exercise here. And it's going to scare the bejesus out of all of you, because you really do got to sit down there and think, what can I do? What can I do? How can I get connected with more people? I've been finding some strategies on LinkedIn and the other social networks that's working so phenomenally well with me. I just can't even believe I haven't used it before, and I will be talking to more people about how to do that. But when someone says, I don't know where to find leads and I don't know how to get this to happen, I'm thinking, then you're just not doing the activity. Do not skip step 4. Our mentoring group will not be able to skip step 4 because this is something we're going to be focusing on. My friends, this is where your plan of action comes from. The rule of 20 to me, this is your master list. This is everything you could possibly do. It doesn't mean you're going to do it, okay? And you're certainly not going to do all those things every day, but this is your master list of things that you can do to help you move your business forward, to help get to that goal. They're the activities that are going to go on your plan of action. Does that make sense to you all? This isn't a scary thing. It really is a very thing. So you've done the work, right? Here's some things that can go on your list as far as for internet marketers, which you all are. I would go start with sending solo ads and connecting on social networks. Master that art and you're going to be fine. Get out blogging, start writing articles. Today I'll give you something that's going to help you write articles. Make first contact. Does it take work? Sure does. It takes a commitment. It takes saying, you know what, I'm going to work my business between 2 and 4 every day, and I'm not going to let anyone interrupt me. And so I'm going to shut the phone off, and I'm going to shut Skype off, and unless I'm using Skype as part of my marketing, and I'm going to get online, and I'm going to do those activities I need to do. So I'm going to go and send my ads. I'm going to get on the social networks, and I'm going to go and I'm going to send all those contacts out there. I'm going to follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. I'm going to find people. And the more people I find, the more people I'm going to connect with, the more people there will be to join my business. The internet is full of people. Now's where the fun begins, all right? Go through the work. This is the work. Okay, guys, this is the work. Do it. Do it. It's going to be different for everyone, but do it. And then be proud and clear about what you're going to do. It doesn't matter. Be independent of everybody else's opinion. What you're doing here doesn't matter to the rest of the world. It's about what you want to do. It's about you doing it. Put it up there. I'm doing this today. I made this many contacts today. What's your goal? I had 3 conversations today. Take this seriously. Put your goals everywhere so you can't take your eye off of it. I have a condo in Maui, and we visit there 6 months of the year, whatever it is. We have a condo in Victoria. We have a condo in Ontario. Pick something, put your mind on it, and just focus on it. All right, so for Dawn and I to have a condo that we could visit 6 months of the year in Victoria that we could share with the family would be pretty awesome. Where we could go anytime. That condo's there. Would be really easy to picture. We just find the condo. I already know the floor plan. Already know where I'd want to be. We've already been there. We can just imagine it in our minds. We need to know how it can happen. How is it possible to turn everything around just like that? Is it possible if I just think about that idea of having that condo and living in that condo and what that would be like, and getting up in the morning and looking out at the view and sitting at my desk and connecting with people online, because that's what I do all day, every day. If I just keep thinking about that and I keep talking about it and I keep envisioning it and I keep thinking about how it feels, and I go about every day and I make sure that I do these activities every day, and I don't take my eye off that goal, and I talk about it, and I think about it, and I focus on it, it will happen. Yes? You got to see it to achieve it. Now, this is where you guys really have a problem, isn't it? Writing down your goal as if you already have it, writing down the story of what it is you want. So I want you to think that it's a year from now. It's December 2015. Where are you and what are you doing? We've got a condo in Victoria. It's a beautiful 3-bedroom condo with plenty of room for all of our family. It's got beautiful views on at least 2 sides of the condo because it's a corner unit. We have views out of our bedroom so that when we wake up in the morning, we can look outside and be in one with nature. It's close to everything we want to be close to. Feels good to get up in the morning and make breakfast and smell the coffee, sit out on the balcony, watch the ships go by. Yes. That's what you think about day in, day out, day in, day out, as you go about your day and you connect with people and you get them in your business and you get them on your list and you find out what their goal is and what is their live it, breathe it. Make sure it's something that you really, 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 really want. Train your mind to see what that is you want. Don't train your mind to be focused on, doing all these tasks every day. Don't train your mind to look at your empty bank account or to look at the pain in your back or the arthritis you're suffering or any of those things. Train your brain to think about all that amazingness that you want in your life. And then act as if you already have it. That means feel it. Feel it right now. You guys all know this. You've been following me long enough. You know how we talk about how you feel? How you feel is everything. Everything. Absolutely everything. In our mentoring group, we're going to help you to do that. Make sure you write everything down. Pick activities from that list every day. The law of effort. If you do a little bit every day, you're going to move forward. Now, you need to do a little bit to stretch yourself. If you need to find ways to connect with people. If what you're doing isn't working, then do something different. Talk to somebody and say, you know what, I'm doing this and it's not working. Well, let's have a conversation. You're doing that, it's not working. Let's change it to this, see if that works. How does that feel for you? I think the challenge on the internet, tell me if you agree with me or not. Everybody gives you, copy to use, and they give you things you can copy and paste, and you just send it out there. But for a lot of that stuff, that's not really you. You wouldn't talk like that. You wouldn't approach people like that. And so you're not really comfortable using that information to connect with people because that's not you. Does that sit with anyone here? Remember, what you were doing is independent of anybody in. My goal, my focus moving forward into 2015 is to learn. This is my teaching. My teaching is going to help you to learn, to adapt. That means you take what you learn and you adapt it to you, and then you apply it. You guys are learning a lot. Most of you are not adapting what you're learning, and the majority of you are not applying what you're doing. Who's going to be honest enough to say, yeah, you're right? Are you ready to change it? I will put the effort in to make my resolution a reality. Is there something in your life that you really, really want? Really? Like, really, is there? Be consistent. None of you are. You do it for a little while, then you get bored and, or Mary calls you and you have a good long conversation, or you get on Facebook and you start looking at things and you're visiting groups and you're watching what everyone's doing and watching videos, but you're not connecting with people. You're not, because it's like, oh, I sent this many invitations and nobody connected with me. And then go connect with more, go find different way, go find somebody you can talk to, say, hey, can we brainstorm? When was the last time that you asked somebody to brainstorm with you? And challenge you that you don't really, 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 really want this, okay? Because if you did, you'd have it. If it mattered to you, you'd do it. It's a hobby. You're looking at it going, oh, yeah. Where's that push button? I just want to sign up. I want it to work. I'm sending out my ads every day. Nothing's happening. I'm sending them out every day. I'm building my list and nobody's doing anything. I got all these people who joined my business and nobody's doing anything. And how many people have you connected with today? Because let me tell you, who do things in my business, they're the people I connect with. Do I connect with everybody in my business? Heavens, no. Do you want some reality numbers? If I were to connect with 100 people, if I were to send out 100 personal messages on social networks, I might get 10 people who respond to me. And out of that, I'm going to get people that sign up. I'm going to tell you that when I'm on there on the social networks every day, I have people sign up in my business every day. Because I ask them to. Because I approach them. Because I build a relationship. I get connected. I'm there. We have a conversation. It's a short one. It doesn't have to be 3 hours long. I don't have to get into the nitty gritty of ma and pa and, the life's trials and tribulations. I'm simply here. I'm on the internet. I'm looking for people who want to work and build. So who here is ready to put all this to work? Are you ready? Do you intend to be successful this year? Yeah, we'll have this recording available, Marva. Don't worry. This one's important. I want to know who here right now in this group is ready to make the commitment to be successful this year, whatever that means to you, okay? That's different for everyone. It might have a dollar number on it. It might be a whatever. I know that for us, it's that condo in Victoria, just because we all love going out to the island. It would be great to be able to go and see our granddaughter more often and go hang out on the island, because I love hanging out there. So it would be awesome to have a condo downtown, just like we wanted, like we talked about, like we almost created. And then we took our eyes off the goal. I'm admitting it to all of you. And now I'm telling all of you what I want. Dawn, does that fit with what you want? I know it does, because we're very connected. And we can have a condo in Ontario too. I want a condo in Victoria. I can go to anytime I want. The resources will be there to afford all that. People say, well, if I have a condo that big, I need somebody to look after it. That's neither here nor there. Cost is no object. It's simply about wanting something, having it a picture in your mind, and never taking that picture away while you go about your daily activities to make this work. Thank you for your commitment. I can promise you, we're probably going to go a few minutes over the call. I hope that's all right with you guys. 10 simple things to do. It's not rocket science. The first time that I saw the resolution success system, I thought this is the most brilliant piece of work I have ever seen. And you'll see it right down there. Here you go. Bottom right-hand corner. See that little guy there? Right here. This little guy. I should make that white. You can actually see it right there. White. Right here. This little guy, that's the, it's still black. Shared file folder. When you click on it, this pop-up comes up, and there's the file that's called RSS. Grab it. Print it. Don't just leave it on your desktop. Get it printed. In fact, print a couple copies. Read it. Read the entire thing, and then go through it with a pencil or a pen. Make this happen. And you don't need to do it alone. I would be happy and honored to help you, to work with you, to make this happen. I hope this call has helped you today. I hope you've taken a different view on setting goals. And I do have some presents for y'all. Now these are to distract you, okay? I have for you, some of you already have these. This is a good reminder to use them. All right, 15,000 article templates. I have people all the time say, I don't know what to write about. Well, Dawn and Steve do a great job teaching you how to curate content. And here's another way. There's 15,000 article templates on every subject imaginable. Grab one, take it, rewrite it, throw it on your blog. There's no need to wonder about content because that'll help you get going. There's also our bonus graphics set. There's thousands of graphics located there. Download them, use them. I'm going to give you some ideas about something else. Then the other file that's there has 4 reports in it. There's the Think and Grow Rich. All right, so this book in a PDF format and the workbook. So the workbook you can print off and you can go through as you read Think and Grow Rich, and actually, just like you're doing this, there's a workbook for Think and Grow Rich. And then there's also the Science of Getting Rich and the Science of Being Great. All great reads. Got to tell you guys, in all of those books that feed your mind, the message is all exactly the same. I have yet to read the message that's been different in any of these books I've read. It goes through into things, but the message is still the same. So grab these gifts. They're mine from us to you. They are yours, I mean, from us to you. Now here's something you can do with them for those that are building your list. Got a nice little lead capture page out there, or you can go and create a real quick Christmas lead capture page and give these reports away. Give away the template, the bonus graphics. Say, hey guys, get on my list. I got a free gift for you. If you want to know how to do that, get in touch with me. I'd be happy to show you. Watch for information about being on our mastermind. There will be some strict qualifications to be a part of that group because you really do have to commit and be willing to stick to what you say you're going to do. I do find that for the most part last year that was the one area that everybody really lacked, is that they really didn't follow through on their commitment. So I'm going to challenge you all this year to follow through on your commitments. Yes? Life is good for you. All is well in your world. Life is amazing. My life couldn't be more amazing because I have all of you in my, and each and every one of you mean the world to me. I look around the room, your names are familiar to me. Most of you, I know there's a few here I don't know. Fortune Builder, I'm not sure who that is. Florence, not sure of your last name, so I'm not sure if I know you. Everyone else in the room, Rick Olezik, no, your name is familiar to me, but less familiar. Everyone else in the room, I know personally. Where do you get the gifts, Hyacinth? Right here, sweetie. There you go. There's the link to grab the gifts. Just click on that link. They're all listed there for you to download. They're 3 zipped files. You do need to unzip those files before you grab those products. But like I said, grab the zip file, upload it to your domain if you have one. Create yourself a quick little recap page and feel welcome to give those away. They are yours to do with as you wish. I know that right now I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making this year so amazing. Having you as a part of our lives is everything to me. You are family to me, each and every one of you. You mean the world to me, and it means the world to me to work with you. I look forward to helping you reach your goals this year, to helping you change the way you think, change the words you use, so that you can really and truly where you want, because I know you can. I know it's possible. I've created magic in my life time and time and time and time again, and I'm looking forward to helping you create magic in yours. Merry Christmas, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. And from Dawn and I, may the year ahead be everything you want it to be and more. May you be abundantly joyful, and may the universe be joyfully abundant to you. We love you. Thank you for being here and supporting us. We look forward to helping you grow in 2015. See you next year. Merry Christmas.